Is your Instagram feed a performance artwork? Is your Instagram feed a photo album? Or is it a 24-hour performance piece? It sounds like an absurd question at first. After all, performance art belongs in museums and galleries. Social media belongs on our phones. But the closer we look, the more difficult that distinction becomes. For decades, performance artists used their own bodies as artistic material. They stood motionless for hours, repeated exhausting actions, or subjected themselves to intense public observation. The artwork was not an object. The artwork was the act of being seen. Today, millions of people participate in a remarkably similar process every day. Not in galleries, on social media. The traditional museum visitor might spend a few minutes observing a work of art before moving on. The digital audience never truly leaves. Likes, comments, shares, views, saves, and endless scrolling create a form of continuous observation unlike anything previous generations experienced. The gallery wall has been replaced by the screen. The audience has become permanent. And the performance never ends. Every post becomes a public presentation of identity. Every image asks a silent question. How will I be perceived? This pressure is not entirely new. In many ways, the foundations were established centuries ago. During the Renaissance, portraiture was carefully constructed to communicate status, beauty, intelligence, wealth, and virtue. Paintings were rarely neutral records of reality. They were strategic presentations of the self. Artists controlled lighting, posture, clothing, and expression to create an idealized image of their subjects. Sound familiar? Today, filters, editing tools, camera angles, and algorithmic trends serve a remarkably similar function. The tools have changed. The goal has not. People continue to shape how they are seen by others. But social media introduces something Renaissance painters never faced: constant comparison. Algorithms do not merely display images. They rank them, promote them, reward them. The result is a system that quietly encourages conformity to evolving standards of beauty and success. A certain pose becomes popular. A certain face shape becomes desirable. A certain aesthetic becomes aspirational. Millions of users adapt, often without consciously realizing it. The body becomes a project, an ongoing task, a work constantly under revision. This is where social media begins to resemble endurance performance art. The labor is not physical exhaustion alone. It is psychological maintenance, monitoring reactions, updating content, managing appearance, remaining visible. The performance is continuous because the audience is continuous. Even moments presented as spontaneous often require planning, selection, editing, and curation. Authenticity itself becomes part of the performance. And yet there is a paradox. Many users describe social media as a place for self-expression. At the same time, they operate within systems that reward certain forms of expression more than others. The desire to appear authentic can coexist with intense self-monitoring. Vulnerability can become content. Imperfection can become a carefully managed aesthetic. What appears natural may be highly constructed. Perhaps this explains why social media feels both empowering and exhausting. It offers unprecedented opportunities to shape our identities. But it also transforms identity into a form of labor. A project that is never fully complete. A performance without a final curtain. So is your Instagram feed a photo album? Or is it a performance artwork? Maybe it is both. A record of personal experience. And a stage upon which identity is continuously created, refined, and displayed. The gallery may have disappeared. But the audience has only grown larger. And in the age of the digital gaze, the performance never truly ends.